This podcast is brought to you by SeatGeek. Our friends over at SeatGeek are giving us a promo code of TBA Wrestling. That is TBA Wrestling for $20 off your first purchase. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to Gunners Are Us, where we are positively Arsenal.
And that we are. I think we are.
I feel festive.
I feel festive as well.
I feel good about this.
I mean, I was going to say Crystal Palace were in a festive mood giving us that game last night, but I don't think they were, to be honest.
The first half, more so. The second half, something changed.
It was full of festive joy, that first half.
Yeah.
The second half, very different. But we'll talk about that today because we're going to get Joe's thoughts. And something I didn't actually talk about on the Patreon, I dropped a Patreon, like a sneak peek Patreon on Monday, which I talked about the Everton game. I reviewed the Everton game, and I previewed this Palace game we're going to review in this episode.
Heck yeah. Content.
But one thing I didn't talk about now, I'm going to actually talk about today, was the penalty incident with Saliba in the Everton game. We'll talk a little bit about that, Joe's thoughts on it generally, and the penalty taker and our performances generally at the minute. But we'll also talk about the Palace game. We're also, even over on the Patreon, we will be doing a deep dive Patreon preview of the Brighton game at 3 o'clock on Saturday, and next Tuesday at 8:15 against Aston Villa at home, before next week's episode here on iTunes and Spotify. Give us a 5-star review. But we'll do a little we'll graze across it, general thoughts across the league. That'll be here on today's episode. But the Patreon will have a deep dive into all of these things. So if you are interested, click the link below if you want to sign up to our Patreon. Use the link, go through web browser, don't go through the app because it will save you on taxes.
Heck yeah, you can always save on taxes, that's fun.
That's always good, yeah.
Save that money for Christmas.
Mike Rotunda will come get you otherwise. Anyway, so today we will be chatting about these things. So we'll start kind of in chronological order. We've got the Everton game at the weekend.
Yeah.
I did a deeper dive, like I said, so a lot of the listeners have heard my thoughts on it. But what was we'll talk about the penalty incident afterwards, so keep that separate. But what were your general thoughts on that game at Hill Dickinson Stadium? Still not getting used to saying it.
It was nice to see the stadium, I'll be honest. I haven't watched a lot of Everton this season, so it was quite nice to get eyes on it.
It's just blue Emirates, isn't it, really?
Pretty
the
much.
New stadium, I know that one's got a little bit more. I think there's a little bit more character to that one than the newer stadiums like the Emirates onwards.
That is the issue with, I love new state-of-the-art stadiums, but you lose a little bit of that unique.
I don't know why. It must be the same developers or something do a lot of them in the UK, because in America, like, you think of the Vegas and the LA ones are very similar.
Yeah.
But like Minnesota's was so different to Atlanta, which was so different to like what Dallas did.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if there's like just a trend with stadiums, because I don't know the exact dates of when like Highbury, Upton Park, things like
Stamford
that.
Bridge, they all look very similar.
Goodison.
Yeah.
Like they were all really similar. Like looking, I don't know if it is just trends maybe.
There's only so much you could do with the stadium in there, I guess. But
yeah, with football especially.
we went from the square, like the rectangle, to the circle.
Yeah, like a egg.
A
shape.
dome-y looking.
Yeah, like an egg.
Like an egg, yeah. Well, a toilet in some cases in North London.
Yeah, just that one stadium. I mean,
it's got real high-tech anything, but it still looks like a toilet.
it's a high-tech toilet from Japan.
High-tech toilet. It's a high-tech toilet that fields Beyonce more than it fields championships.
Yeah,
Anyway.
washes your bum and the toilet seat at the same time. Wait, what was I saying?
We're talking about Everton somehow.
Okay, so yeah, I got eyes on the stadium. That was nice. I think my overall gauge of this game was it felt a little bit like nothing happened, but I also feel okay with that, like in a professional sense. I think we did a professional job in a tough game. I know they had a lot of players missing, so I mean it was impressive on their behalf to keep it at what it was.
Yeah.
I think it was a professional job, but not a lot happened. And I'm going to say this, bet responsibly. I like a build-a-bet.
That wasn't the one.
Was not the one. As opposed to the Arsenal-Chelsea game, which was an epic build-a-bet game where everything happens.
I love how you called it back the Chelsea game from a month ago.
Yeah, because that build-a-bet was
You
nice.
like that one?
Yeah,
Last night was alright for me, wasn't it?
Last night you did very well, but this was not a game for a build-a-bet. Like, because I like to play the field with the statistics of like fouls and who's getting shots on target, and not so much the specific stuff like bookings and goals, more so like how many goalkeeper saves, like fouls, who got fouled.
But nothing came in, did it?
Nothing happened.
There's irking you still, is it?
That build-a-bet showed me on paper or on an app. That game, nothing was happening. There was no fouls happening. There was barely any shots happening.
I wonder if Arteta is going to start using that as a new metric, because I mean he's talked about AI and using ChatGPT and He's talked about. He was like, "I'll use anything that gives us an edge."
Well, maybe if he's listening.
Maybe he's starting to look at. He's not betting. I'm not saying whoa.
No.
Whoa, I'm not saying he's betting.
No, just use it
But
for
I wonder if
tactics.
he might look at what bets came in on the game and be like, you know, not enough's happening.
Yeah, not enough happening. We need more.
Well, I'd say what was interesting about the game for me was it was, you know, we came off that Wolves game, which I think might be the worst game I've watched this season.
We've been in a weird state recently.
Yeah, and Brentford. I think the Brentford game is a bit of an outlier because I think you look at it and it goes, "Oh, professional 2-0 win midweek."
Yeah.
It wasn't that, was it? It was very similar to the Wolves game. We just happened to score. Basically, if you imagine the Wolves game,
Yeah.
but we scored and they didn't score one.
Yeah.
You know how Wolves got one back and then we had to score late.
We were just the better of a bad bunch.
Yeah, if Brentford didn't score like Wolves did,
Yeah.
that's all that happened.
Yeah.
We won 2-0 instead of 2-1.
Yeah.
But we scored late and we were very scared and we were very nervous and we got within ourselves. So that game at Wolves, the game at home to Wolves, was definitely coming.
Yeah.
Because I think we were playing like that for a couple games prior, pretty much since that Chelsea game that
Yeah.
you talk about.
I feel like that week,
Well, yeah, because that week was unbelievable,
mad.
but there was repercussions because, you know, we beat Tottenham unbelievably. We beat Bayern, maybe played the best football we played all season against Bayern. Then we draw in a poor performance against Chelsea.
Yeah.
And
Mad
then
game, though.
Since then, you know, you beat Brentford, but I think if you know and watch the game, you knew that was closer to the Wolves game than anything else.
Yeah.
We just happened to win. Then, you know, we have the the Villa game away from home, which we were not good in, but actually, weirdly, was the better game we've played in that patch.
Yeah, yeah.
We should have taken that game away from them. It should have been 4-5-1 up
Yeah, that was on us.
before that late goal.
Yeah.
That was on us. And then, obviously, since then, we had that Wolves game. But what's weird is in the league, we've picked up 2 wins in a row without kind of being very good.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that what champions do, though?
Well, our last 3 games are 3 wins. One was on a penalty shootout.
Yeah.
The other 2 were wins.
Yeah.
But we 1-0 at Everton, 2-1 at home to Wolves.
It just didn't feel good, though.
It didn't, but
the journey didn't feel good, but the destination was fine.
Exactly. And I think quietly we're doing that thing that we mentioned. So do you remember just before the Wolves game, we talked about the next 6 games being very winnable.
Yeah.
And we were saying that because we've had like a slight stumble with the away draws and losses or whatever, we needed to just win 6 out of 6
Yeah.
in all comps and just kind of steady the ship over Christmas.
Get the job done.
Quietly,
Yeah.
say it quietly, we're 50% away through and we've won all 3.
Yeah.
Take away the fact that we hated the Wolves game and we nearly didn't win that. Take away the fact the Everton game I think is different because I think that was actually a very good performance, like you said,
It was professional,
and it was 3 points and it was a clean sheet.
Yeah.
The Crystal Palace, by the way, we'll talk about it in a minute. Unbelievable performance.
Yeah.
But we happened to concede.
Yeah.
But we rescued it with the penalty shootout.
Yeah.
Which I have a lot of comments about Kepa's. I think what Kepa did was genius, but we'll get to that. And, you know, like I said, Brighton at 3 o'clock at home.
Yeah. Sounds
Villa
right.
at home. Villa have won 10 in a row. By the time we play them, could be 11 in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, but if you watch them,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say they're quite as much as what we did under Emery, where we went 24 games unbeaten, but we were awful.
Yeah.
I've spoken to a couple of Villa fans, and they've gone, a hiding's coming our way.
Yeah.
We're getting away with a bit. We're
Yeah.
doing well.
Yeah.
But they're not as bad as Arsenal were under Emery when we went on undefeated, right?
Yeah.
This is way better.
Would you say they're kind of staying in it like Jake Paul did against Anthony Joshua, and they're waiting to be
I'd say us
have their
under-
teeth shifted?
I'd say us under Emery were doing that. And then we went to Watford that game and we conceded, 40 shots on goal.
Yeah.
That was we were Jake Paul. I don't know what they are, but and all the Villa fans said, we're not as good as people think we are.
Yeah.
But it's just about, like, can we bluff it long enough that we're third?
That's the Emery way. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of is, yeah. And I think we owe them a hiding.
After the last game we do, yeah.
So
Or
when
we could just wait till the last second.
when you look at that, you know, that 6 games we were talking about, they kind of on paper looked winnable, but, you know, deep in there's like Brighton we've struggled with.
Yeah.
Villa, Everton away is awkward.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace in the cup is not an ideal draw, but I mean it's not the worst. I mean other teams had teams like Cardiff and stuff like that, whereas we've had to have a bit of a tougher game.
Yeah.
But we're 50% of the way through that, and I feel okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm saying is that Everton performance was actually way better than I think it looked on surface.
Yeah.
And Gunnerblog actually said that he rewatched it. He didn't watch it live.
Mm.
He was at the Dracula musical, but that's separate anyway. But he said he watched a rewatch the next day. He just watched the game, but with knowing what the score was.
Okay.
And he said it was unbelievable.
Without the
without the nerves
stress
and the stress.
the pressure.
Because
Yeah.
he was like, And I said on the Patreon, they said the exact same thing over on Arscast, was there was about a 5-minute spell, about 70 minutes where everyone just dropped and we thought, we're doing a Wolves game.
Yeah.
But then it stopped and they just went backwards. And like I said to you the other day, we made, 10 times the amount of passes they did. Possession was 80-20. They didn't create a chance in the last 20 minutes in a game in which they were trying to score at home.
Yeah.
And they'd thrown up tifos and all sorts and fireworks.
Yeah, they're up for it.
Which is, like I said on the Patreon, I don't know why teams keep doing that for just us. It's very frustrating.
Top of the tables, what you got to do?
Do it to Man City. Let's have a look.
We're up there. Top of the tree at
Either
Christmas.
way, it didn't help. Jokeris took the penalty. Were you happy with the penalty?
Yeah, I'm
choice?
glad he took
I
it.
want him to be the penalty taker.
I'm terrified he's going to miss, though, when he does step up. Because
I was worried about that one because I felt like a big important one.
Because we need his confidence up. We need him to score goals. We need his stats to look good, just so people will stop talking about him. So I agree with letting him take it, but it does scare the life out of me that he's going to miss that and we're not going to see him take one again.
Yep.
And then he may not score again, and his confidence gets lower. And before you know it, he's back at Coventry.
Yeah, well, that's a big drop there, but I mean, I know what you mean. It does feel like he's in a moment, and his season. I think he started poorly.
Yeah,
he found his feet. He got injured, and he's kind of started again.
I want him to succeed.
I do. I think again in all competitions he's on 7 goals, and I don't think I'll be able to find it now. But
actually, I'm going to change the way I said that. He's already doing well, but I want him to succeed in the eyes of casual fans of Arsenal that just kind of watch.
Yes.
From a distance.
Yeah.
I want his numbers to look good. I want people to talk nicely about him.
Yeah, I was looking, and I don't think I have it in front of me, but there was a list of like the centre forwards this season.
Yeah.
Obviously, Haaland's miles ahead.
Yeah.
But he was third in a list of like 8 forwards that were either brought in this year or just kind of like the recognised centre forwards.
Yeah.
And there's Haaland, Etatike, but then you're looking like João Pedro and Voltemada and all these guys, and he was third in the list of like 9 names.
Fair.
In all comps.
Yeah.
And he quietly kind of he scored 7 in all comps. And again, he's played, I think last night might have been his 17th, 18th game.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact one. But he missed 5, I think, in the middle there. And he was kind of doing he had like 6 in 12 at one point.
His economy rate was good before he went out.
But also in there's been a lot of since he's been back, he's played 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So this is really what making the stats worse, Like Haaland plays 90 minutes when he plays, pretty much.
He's always playing.
I'm not saying we should never compare them because Haaland's a 1-in-1.
Similar style of player, though.
Yeah, but Haaland plays 90 minutes, so when you look at his stats, he played 100 games, how many goals? 100 goals. I don't think Gyökeres is ever going to do that, but sometimes when you look at 20 games, 9 of them he played 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
That's 90 minutes over 9 games.
Yeah.
So you get a bit of a false reading, but I don't think he's been overly impressive. But I thought the penalty was very impressive. His record at Sporting was pretty much like 100%.
Yeah.
He's a very good penalty taker. And I don't know if this is PTSD from the Euros, but Saka always nerves me out. I mean, all his penalties are like inside netting, like perfect.
That one last night was about as close as you can get.
There was one the other day he did that I was like, it's just unbelievable. But I think he scored maybe at Fulham. He scored there was a penalty we won with at Fulham. I want to say it was him that took it.
Yeah, did he get brought down?
He got brought down after that. He should have got another one, but he didn't get it.
Right,
But he did score a penalty. What's that penalty? I'm starting to think that we didn't get that penalty. I'm starting to think we scored from a set piece. Maybe I'm thinking of a game this season where Saka scored a penalty, but I remember that was inside net, and I thought, God, why am I nervous when he takes it when he's that good?
Because of
PTSD.
What happened to him?
Yeah, and again, he also missed one. I think it was away at West Ham. I want to say we ended up drawing. That cost us. Didn't cost us the league. That's harsh, but we ended up losing that season by a point.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that now because that same season when we lost the season by a point.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the penalty decision that Everton could have got. Do I think that's a penalty? 100% yes.
Yeah.
I'm saying that right now. Yeah. Everton should have had a penalty. Mm-hmm. It was one of those where the player gets there just before him. Sleeper kicks through the player.
They're always given.
To get to the ball.
Yeah.
You say they're always given. I'm going to cast everyone's mind back 2 years when we lost the league by 1 point to Man City. Mm-hmm. We were away at Villa. We were 1-0 down. This was the game that Havertz scores late.
Yeah.
And they give him a handball.
Yeah.
And the ref blows the whistle and says it's a foul, but then realised the Cash handballs it first.
Yeah.
So, but because he gave it on the field, he couldn't overturn it to a penalty. It was one of those, which that's enough to annoy me because that point would have put us in front.
There's been numerous times like this, yeah.
But in that exact game, I don't know if anyone remembers, and I think it might have been Douglas Luiz. I want to say it was Douglas Luiz. I'm going to double check that one, which would be ironic because if anyone saw his penalty
Yeah.
this week, the one he gave away,
Yeah.
it is Douglas Luiz.
How'd you find that so quick?
It's on our TikTok.
Oh, nice.
Check us out, guys. Russ.
God, yeah, I remember that.
Jesus is through on goal.
Yeah.
We were in that bloody gorgeous kit, and he gets kicked up, you know, as he's controlling the ball. And Douglas Luiz kicks him in the back of the calf as he controls the ball. If he doesn't do that, he's running through on goal.
Yeah.
No guarantees on goal, but it should be a penalty.
Yeah.
We didn't get that.
Yeah.
And they said, coming together's happened like that. When a defender's trying to clear the ball, if you just put your foot in front of him, you're going to get kicked every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a penalty.
Yeah.
We didn't get that. We lost the league because of that decision. So, guess what? I don't care about Everton.
No.
That's where I'm at with these decisions. And a lot of people say, well, you moaned it when it went the other way. No, I'm agreeing. It's definitely a penalty.
Yeah.
But, villain arc-wise, as an Arsenal fan,
we didn't get one.
We've got the receipts. We're sick of it. So I'm glad that wasn't given, because there's some kind of continuation of just they don't give those in.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. Monday Night Football. Fulham win 1-0 at home to Forest.
Mm-hmm.
Douglas Luiz literally touches Kevin in a similar manner, not going upwards, but kind of like stretching his foot out.
Yeah.
Touches his laces gently. He goes down. They go, what is contact?
Yeah.
So just because there's a minimal contact, okay, but Everton don't get this one even though Saliba clears him out.
Yeah.
And we don't get that one 2 years ago. And people are saying you're still worrying about 2 years. Yeah, because we're going to hold on to these because we lost the whole league because of that.
Oh,
so of course we think about it.
Yeah, we're going to, yeah.
Yeah. So when you look at the ball, and a lot of Arsenal fans were saying actually touches Saliba's knee and not... is it Beto or Barry? I can't remember. I think it's Barry. People are saying Saliba actually knees it before he kicks it, but he doesn't. That's... Fake news. Arsenal fans were trying to get out.
No, we saw enough replays. You can see what's happening.
But AFC_Monty_ on X was saying we quite literally lost the league title because this exact foul was not giving us against Aston Villa. Every single one of you told us to get over it, said it's never a penalty.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt when I saw it. I went, and I also cast my mind back to Saliba, João Pedro last year
With the heads.
the heads,
Yeah.
and I'm going, they're giving those penalties to us where Saliba touched the ball.
Yeah.
This time last year, remove the heads and make it a feet. That's the equivalent of Saliba clearing the ball but then kicking Barry and then going penalty.
Yeah.
That's what happened to us last year.
And that's why we can't have sympathy, because there has been numerous things over the last few seasons that have gone against us, that have cost us so much, that when this happens against us, we kind of go, okay.
Yeah, we're at that point now where we're playing well. We've talked about it at the start of the season. The only way we're going to do well this year is if we stop getting injuries, because I genuinely believe that injuries are the reason we haven't won the leagues.
Yeah.
And this year we've got that depth. We've managed to get more injuries,
but we've still scraped through.
But we're scraping through, and some of these decisions are going our way now.
Yeah.
And sometimes we talked about it before, but sometimes when that momentum shifts,
100%,
you get away with a bit more.
Yeah.
And what frustrates us is we're going, I don't care.
Yeah.
Because we've had to sit through that, and everyone. Do you know what happened when that Jesus one happened? The whole footballing world, they did segments on Sky Sports News.
Yeah.
It's not a penalty. Arsenal fans need to get over it. Okay. Yeah. What did they do this week? It's a stonewall penalty.
Yeah. It's always against.
So do you know what? You're lying, so I don't care.
Yeah.
But what I won't do is come on here and lie and say it's not a penalty. It's 100% a penalty. Should be a penalty.
But what I will say...
But I don't care.
What I've said, and I've said it before, though, is if they are doing these segments where if it's against us, they're for it. If it's for us, they're against it. That just shows me that we're a big team now.
Yeah,
that just shows me that they're trying to find something. Because if we were a small team, they wouldn't talk about it.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of people's posts now. Is to give you an idea, in the last week we beat Wolves, Everton, and Palace.
Yeah.
In that 3 games, we've scored 4 goals.
Yeah.
1 was a penalty, 3 were own goals.
Yeah,
and people were saying this, they're so lucky. Blah blah. We're not lucky. We're forcing goals. And we're missing a million chances. That's on us.
Yeah.
Because, again, I'm going to just cast on my back. Wolves, we created nothing. Saka dragged us through, created 2 own goals. Job done.
Yeah.
Awful game. Don't want to ever talk about it. Hill Dickinson Stadium. I have my theory on is on any other day, that's a 4-0 win or a 3-0 win to Arsenal because we completely dominated the first half.
Yeah.
And we score our penalty.
Yeah.
We come out the second half, like we have in the last month or so, where we've been really good for that first 20 minutes after the half.
Yeah.
And Trossard hits the post. Zubimendi then hits the post. Then Timber gets in, and I know he's got a one-man mission on ruining Gyökeres's career and just taking the ball off him or something.
Yeah.
But he gets in that box. He could just slide it across, open goal. Gyökeres taps in, brace. We see the Bain celebration, 2-0, and everyone goes, maybe Gyökeres is actually really good. Instead, he pulls it back to Saka, which I actually think it's the correct thing to do.
Yeah.
Saka has forever kind of goes a bit too quick and just hits it at the group of defenders on the line.
Yeah.
But any other day, one of them at least goes in.
They do, yeah. Yeah,
Maybe two.
You get lucky at sometimes.
But all three not to go in is mad. Like we that game we created over 3 XG. They created nothing.
Yeah.
That was a 3-0 win on paper. And we keep building these games where we like against Wolves was actually 1-1. Was the XG.
Wow. That's
Like we don't do that often.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, like the Palace game last night, do you know what the XG was? 4-1.
Oh my goodness.
The game was 1-1.
Yeah, yeah.
We're underscoring our XG regularly.
That feels like something we've talked about for a lot of years with Arsenal, though.
Yeah, and all we said was bring in a real forward, and we have, and nothing's changed. Anyway, then last night, I think Martinelli had one of the best games, maybe the best winger game Arsenal have had in years.
Yeah, mad.
Had the guy falling around, stumbling.
Some of those crosses, man.
And eventually he got hurt, and I do worry if anyone could cast their minds back to Odegaard getting injured this year. I think it was against West Ham. I think it was, I want to say Fernandes at West Ham. They kind of both, if you're crossing swords, they both had their knees out, straight-legged, and their knees clashed. And he was fine, but Odegaard, it was his meniscus, had a little pull or a tear or something from it, from the knee kind of bending, similar to probably what I'm dealing with currently.
Yeah.
So that one with Martinelli last night, you go, oh, it's just a dead leg or it's just a clash of knees. The way he was holding it outside of the knee tells me that maybe a little bit of... I can almost feel the feeling, but I wonder if there's a little bit of MCL damage there that... typically, Havertz is back on the field and we've got to lose one of our forwards. It's like someone mentioned last night. Nketiah's injured, so you know what that means. Gabriel's playing next week.
Yeah.
It's because he could see him come back. He's like, I have to get injured then.
Yeah.
We've got one back. We can't have them all fit.
I do wonder with Arsenal players sometimes, though, because you see, like, come-in-togethers and knees clashing and things like that all the time in football.
Yeah.
Whenever it's an Arsenal player, though, there's something about Arsenal players. I don't know what they're doing, but if that happens, all of a sudden we now know we're losing that player for a few weeks, month, maybe.
I think we all go back. Do you remember the Santi Cazorla moment?
Yeah.
Near the end, not the end. Well, it ended up being pretty much.
Yeah.
He's still playing.
Yeah.
But I was going to say end of his career. It was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And he's still playing. But I think I got a feeling it was Norwich, and he did like a volleyed clearance, and the guy kind of like put his foot there, and his knee did that, like similar to this Barry incident.
Yeah.
And he kind of like did that, like, stretching the knee out kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he kind of said something to our sideline, and he played on a little bit longer, and then eventually went off. And I remember watching it with our dad.
Yeah.
And he went, "We're not going to see him again, are we?" And I went, "I don't know." Like,
it's because we all have that conversation as Arsenal fans. We all say that.
It looked so innocuous. He played on, and then he had so many complications of that one injury that he pretty much never played for us again.
Yeah.
And we have that feeling anytime someone goes down. We go.
Anytime they limp off the field, it looks like nothing.
Well, now we're doing it now. 3 times this year this has happened.
Yeah.
Madueke, was it the Liverpool game he went off in? Anfield? I want to say it was the Anfield game he actually got injured in.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah, he's back now, but I mean, I got a feeling.
He just kind of wandered. He kind of got substituted.
He got substituted.
But he didn't show any signs of anything.
Nothing happened.
And then we don't see him for months.
They were like, no, he needs knee surgery. He's out for 2.5 months.
It's something about Arsenal players. I don't know whether they're built slightly different.
But I got an image of him running off at half time.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's weird. And then he doesn't come back out, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Tactical. And then afterward, no, he had a knock. Oh, okay, it's just a knock. He needs knee surgery. It's happened again this season. Burnley, Gyökeres' best performance away from home.
Yeah.
It's on at 3 o'clock, can't watch it. We got friends over. And I remember I look at the screen, it was Gillette Soccer Saturday, and they zoom in on Gyökeres because obviously he scored in the first half, he assisted another goal in the first half, and he was having a really good game. They zoom in, and he's doing this kind of elbow motion to the ref as he's running off, and he's like annoyed and he's grabbing his jaw. Yeah. And I turn to our dad and I go, he's going to not come out, isn't he? He's got an injury. He's got a face injury.
Yeah.
Like a facial injury.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I don't look good. But he did look fine.
Yeah.
He was just shouting at the ref. And I was like, oh, whatever. He's probably just clashed heads at the end of the half. Doesn't come out the second half. I was like, oh, it must have been a bad injury. I wonder if he's got a concussion. No, he's got a knock. He's going to be out for a month and a half. What? Another time this season, Havertz comes on for the last 10 minutes for Gyökeres at Old Trafford, opening game.
Yeah.
Plays the 10 minutes. Game ends. No one talks about anything. Next day, they're like, Havertz needs a scan. He hurt his knee in the Man United game. Like, when did that happen? He ended the game.
Yeah.
He only played for 10 minutes.
Yeah, you're not
And
going
he
to see him
ended.
until Christmas.
I watched him shake hands with everyone at the end.
Yeah.
Cool. No, he desperately needs knee surgery now. Okay, how's him going to be out? 3 months. Then he's going to have complications. And now he's back on the field at Christmas.
I don't know what happens to them.
That was in August, Joey hurt his knee.
I tell you what, nothing's as
4 months ago. He's not playing yet.
Nothing's as visible with our injuries as it is with that the young lad that went off last night with his toes out, laying down.
I don't know what happened there. Is there any updates on that? I might actually look for that.
It looked like a cut on the
7
foot, but I mean,
My God, they covered him in foil, took his shoe off and everything.
he was in shock. It must have been bad.
He's an American international because a lot of Americans are tweeting about it.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, saying he better not miss the World Cup because I think a lot of people thought it might be broken leg, but he was really chill about it.
Yeah, it was
Richards, wasn't it?
Yeah, Richards or Richardson.
I think it was Richards' injury.
It was just blood on the top of the foot. You could see it, and I wasn't sure if the sock was just making it look worse because it was kind of spreading.
It literally says Glasner after the game said he got a knock on his foot and it had to be stitched. It doesn't look so bad. I don't know if it's possible for him to play on Saturday, but he might be.
Okay, so it is just a situation where, like, obviously where it was.
I think the stretcher and the foil was a bit aggressive.
I get because they must have seen the cut, so I'm guessing it was a bad one. But I mean, obviously with football, I think Martinelli had this at one point. When you get stitches on the foot or anything,
it's really hard to.
You can't play with it.
Yeah,
because you have to let it heal. So it is awkward. So it probably wasn't as bad as it looked.
He looked really bad. Because I was actually saying on the Patreon,
they had it pulled up like a Christmas turkey going off that field.
His head was down as well, like he was laying.
He had his toes out. He didn't even give us a thumbs up.
No thumbs
up. I mean, we were all worried until right now.
The other thing I was going to say was I talked about it as well. If you want to check out the Premier League did an article about Arsenal because Arsenal officially hit 100 injuries since the start of the 24 season, which was last season. The closest team to that was, I want to say, Brighton with 90.
Yeah.
And then it goes down to West Ham with 40 injuries. And they actually broke it down. I haven't spoken to you about this, I don't think. But basically, when you break it down, because people were saying, is it Arteta? Is it the coaching staff? Is it the ground? All this kind of stuff. Basically, what we're looking for is muscle injuries. Muscle injuries are the things that you can't control.
Yeah.
Well, you can control.
Yeah.
The things you can't control are things like broken legs, broken
Ligaments.
collarbones, ligaments, knee surgeries, ACLs, because these things just go at any given time. It doesn't really matter what you're doing.
Yeah.
Basically, they broke it down. It was 35% of our 100 were muscle injuries.
Oh.
The rest were completely bad luck.
Jeepers.
I think there was 20% were done on international.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with us. There was like 4 ACLs. There was all these, collarbones, broken arms.
Yeah.
Broken leg, ankles. There's all these things that you just can't control. Even the one I mentioned earlier, Odegaard with Fernandes, the West Ham player. You can't account for two people's knees clashing, but one of their ACLs tearing.
Yeah, normally
not ACLs, sorry, MCL.
Yeah, normally it's just clash the knees, you move on.
Clash the knees, you put ice on and carry on.
Yeah.
They didn't know that, so just seems like we just got very bad luck when it comes to injuries, and the only way to overcome it is to get more players.
Yeah. Is Alexander Isak got his own list?
Yeah, Isak is literally all of Newcastle's, and he's 3 of Liverpool's already. He's
very unlucky.
He's very unlucky. But muscle injuries are actually less common, and we've spoken that to death about Arteta talking about how there's no recovery days because once you're in the gym, you're playing again, and blah blah. And that is a problem. But that's a problem for everyone, and everyone else seems to be doing fine. But there is also a correlation to teams that do very well have more injuries, and the teams that don't do very well have less, which would probably put together that they're training either more,
the workload,
harder, or the matches they're doing more.
I mean, I can't guarantee it, but I'm pretty confident in saying that Arsenal's workload is probably quite high. I feel like Arteta drills them so hard.
Well, Ez is still in trouble for switching off for 10 seconds and costing us a goal.
When you've got to concentrate and play that hard, that regularly, and again, that is why we're top, so you can't complain. But it also leads back to what we were talking about with the exhaustion, mentally, physically exhausted. Yeah. I mean, we're top at Christmas, and we're through in the cup, and we're unbeaten in the Champions League. So it all shows that it's working, but
it takes the toll.
You lose soldiers along the way, and then they come back. Like it's going to take time. But I wonder if it's because it's downhill now. Does that ease up a little bit? Or is it that it's like a quick start towards Christmas?
I tell you what's interesting is where we are currently in the league. We've played 17 games, I believe.
Yeah.
Is it 17?
Yeah.
I want to say Brighton is game week 18.
Yeah.
I'll just double check fantasy NFL.
Because it does feel like August to Christmas, you're basically trying to start in 5th gear.
Yeah, we played 17. We're 2 off of halfway.
Yeah.
So Villa next week, before the next podcast, will be halfway through the league season.
Okay.
So that's 19 games. We played 3 Caraboa Cup games on top of this. So that's 20 games.
Yeah.
We've played 6 times in the Champions League.
Mm.
That's it.
Yeah.
So we're 26 games in.
Yeah.
if we want to go to distance and everything, we're going to play over 60 games.
Yeah.
So we're not even halfway.
No.
I think by New Year we are, because obviously we're going to play 2 more in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Or 3 more before pretty much by January 1st. So they're going to be about halfway by January 1st.
Yeah.
But you'd think, probability-wise, touch wood, we're not going to have the sheer amount of injuries we've had this season.
No, you'd hope not.
Well, you got to think. I think we've hit 45 injuries this year, this season. We're 100 over the last 2 years. That means we're 15 off of what we did all of last season.
Yeah. Yeah.
But chances are we're probably going to do another 15 this year. But I will take 15 in the second half.
Yeah.
Whereas last year it seemed like we had 15 up till Christmas, and then the 45 happened between January and the end of the season.
And I think,
To give you an idea, I told you last night, Kai Havertz only started 2 games this year, 2025.
yeah, that is mad.
He's only played 4 appearances for Arsenal this year.
Gee.
2 starts, 4 appearances.
So he started only 2 more Premier League games than I have.
Yes, he has. It is quite alarming. I mean, Max Dowman's played more football than him this year,
That is mad. At 15.
and that's for a £65 million centre forward.
Yeah.
You know, and
I mean,
then
but-
you can work backwards as well, by the way, because Gabriel has played, I think it's 12 games this year.
Yeah.
Odegaard's played 12 games this year.
Yeah.
A whole year, calendar year. That's a lot of games to miss.
I mean, we've been very unfortunate with injuries in the first half.
Yeah.
If we do the same again in the second half, you kind of have to just hold your hands up if we don't win the league, and kind of go, we can't do anything about that. Like, that's not on us. That's just injuries.
But you have to find a way of overcoming it, and we are doing a good job.
Though, you can't. Like, it's a force of nature.
Well, we seem to be like cursed a little bit because, like I said, with those stats, was a lot of them are muscle injury, which you are in control of. You are in control of muscle injuries, but you're also not. But you can kind of keep an eye on them. Like, for example, I think we've made a lot of mistakes. Like,
Yeah.
The other week we talked about it. Ben White shouldn't have started that game. We knew he was on the edge. Timber is on the edge right now,
Yeah, everyone's running on empty.
and I know we haven't got another right back,
No.
but you're gonna have to trust a 16-year-old Salmon against Brighton
Yeah.
or someone. Ideally last night. But what I mean is there has to be something has to give, because you can't just go, nah, just play him 90 minutes every 3 days and just hope for the best, because I feel like we have done that. And perfect example, we're going to move on to now the Palace game.
Yeah.
Norgard.
Yeah.
He was unbelievable last
Yeah,
night. I thought
solid.
And Palace was slightly turned, like as in the amount of games they've played in the last 10 days, plus a couple changes in their team.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is a very good Palace side. They're in the top 8.
Strong, yeah. Strong.
Right. Norgard started in there without a Rice to save him.
Yeah,
On the left.
He's
He had
out there doing
Moreno.
it.
Who Moreno's a great player, but
Yeah.
he's not Rice.
Yeah.
Declan Rice one and one.
Yeah.
He had Ezra ahead of him, who's not going to do the work necessarily that Odegaard's going to do, and he's not going to swoop between him and Moreno to pick the ball up, Ezra.
Yeah.
He's going to stay up high.
Yeah.
Behind him, he did have Saliba and Calafiori,
Yeah.
which is very good, but it's not Gabriel and Saliba. But
No.
either way, and he went against Mateta in the midfield. He had Wharton. He had a lot of good players in that middle.
Yeah.
He was perfect.
He was fine, yeah. He looked like he didn't break a sweat.
No,
He was just getting on with it.
He makes decisions really quickly. He tackles really well.
Yeah.
He wins duels. He
one.
passes nicely.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why Arteta hasn't trusted him more. And again, it was lovely to see a game in which, even though we ended up drawing it, him not have to bring Zubimendi on. I honestly don't think he needed to bring Rice on. I think once he brought Rice, Odegaard and Saka on,
Yeah.
it changed the incentive.
I'd much rather they just chill out. Like, I would take getting knocked out there
To not have Rice come on.
to have them just have more time
Yeah.
to just sit still for a minute.
It's the same with Saka. I like last night. I know we were 1-0 up. We were in massive control.
Yeah.
Madueke was playing really well. Martinelli had to come off. But for me, I think the easy decisions were Waneri, play him on the right,
Yeah.
put him on the right, or bring him on for Eza.
Yeah.
Let Madueke have the game.
Yeah.
Gyökeres for Jesus,
Mhm.
and then just let it be for a bit.
Yeah, leave it.
You know. But instead, that kind of decision, I think this was the decision that nearly cost us the game. Was we said it early on because I had money obviously on Gabriel Jesus 2 shots. I said he's going to come with Big Vic, so it's not a problem. And I said, or classic Arteta, he's going to bring Rice on for Gyökeres, and he's going to put for Jesus, and he's going to put Moreno up top.
Yeah.
It's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
And what happened? And I keep saying, when we have Odegaard on that field, with
Yeah.
Moreno up front, we start to stink of last year.
Yeah.
And last year we were not very good.
No.
And I'm not saying either of them are bad. I'm not saying anything like that.
Bad
But
combination.
the way in which they play and the team play once those two play in those positions,
Yeah.
we're going to score goals. There's going to be good games. There's going to be bad games. But I'd say majority, there's a tempo change. Tempo drops off. The incentive drops off. There's
Yeah.
no real penetration. Odegaard does that thing that I mentioned on the Patreon where he just swoops 5 yards back,
Yeah.
allows the other team to get in position when he could just turn.
Yeah.
Moreno drops deep, so therefore we cluster that midfield. There's no outlet.
Yeah.
The real outlets that we have in our team are Martinelli and Madueke. Took them off.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Saka and Trossard aren't probably our best wingers. They are.
Yeah.
But they're not the type they're going to stretch it like that. So he then went, bring the wingers in, drop the forward in.
Yeah.
Odegaard's going to sit between Norgard now and
Yeah.
Rice and keep picking the ball up deep. What does the whole team look like now? It's deep.
Yeah. Everyone's back.
Clustered and back.
Yeah.
So what happened? It brought them on. They got some traction into the game. They scored their goal. And then we had to accept penalties. We also nearly scored again after that.
Yeah.
Right at the end with Rice. I think it was.
We had enough chances in the game.
And that, I think overall as a game, I've really enjoyed the first half. It was like Harlem Globetrotters if they couldn't actually score a bucket.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything was amazing, but then no goal happened.
No.
The goalie was having a blinder, but
And this is, so if that's a comparison, it's the equivalent of watching the Harlem Globetrotters, and they keep hitting the rim.
yeah,
But you're just kinda like-
they were like it was really cool.
It
Before
looks
that.
great, and that with the music and the
Yeah.
like around the backs, but you're just hitting the rim.
Yeah,
Like,
the other
nothing's
team
getting-
are falling over now. It's amazing, but the other team are winning. But it looks really good. Yeah, it was really good, and I was really impressed to see it. And weirdly, this is the nice thing. This is the positive from it. Is the depth is so good that. Do you remember in the Champions League a couple of weeks ago we watched a game here?
Yeah.
It was one when was it the one when Madueke scored? No, you weren't here for that. There was a game where we rotated heavily. It might have
Yeah.
been that game actually, but it was like a second string team. But it was almost funner to watch than the first string team.
Yeah.
And they won. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll change. Like in the past, we've changed it to this kind of young team for the Caraboa Cup,
Yeah.
and it's unbelievable. But we lose,
Yeah.
and you're like, yeah, but the team looks good.
Yeah.
We seem to rotate. We look better than the first team, and then they win. And you go,
Yeah.
maybe the second team.
Yeah,
is better.
maybe that's
Maybe the
right.
second team is actually better than the first team. But last night was the perfect example of they cannot get that last bit
Yeah.
over the line. And Jesus is everything we want Gyökeres to be, except he cannot finish.
Different player,
Gyökeres
isn't it?
cannot do much
Yeah.
up until he can finish.
I take the experience.
If you mix
though.
them together,
Yeah, I think Jesus, a lot of what he does is top level elite experience as
yeah.
well.
I wonder if there's a future of him as like a 10, like an Ezra type.
Yeah,
Because he's so good.
yeah, he could do, and the things he
He
does,
can't finish worth a toffee, can he? Like he just like,
lashes at it.
he always he either lashes it or he slowly caresses the ball to the goalie's midriff.
It always kind of looks like you said it last night, like he's been pushed in the back while he's running, and then he's just tried to get a last ditch, like like hunched almost over the ball with your foot.
Jake
under
Paul
it.
throwing a left hand.
Yeah, like just a little, just
Face
last minute,
down.
but he's on his own, like he's right in front of the goal on his own, and he's like, "Ugh, God."
Or he cuts in from the wing and does one of those Saka finishes, but Saka's one's nestling in the net. Whereas his one allowed the goalie to make a really relaxed, really world-class looking save. Yeah, it's just flashy. But either way, I think we looked good. I can't really complain. I think a lot of it was good.
Yeah,
We got the goal eventually, but it was late, wasn't it?
yeah,
But we did get it. It was an own goal. We kind of forced it. And you kind of thought, that's it. But we did then make those changes where we dropped deep, very similar to the Wolves
Yeah.
game. We aren't learning.
no,
And what frustrates me is we all could see, like, just bring Gyökeres on as an outlet.
yeah,
But no, I'm insisting I have to play that midfielder up front.
yeah, just keep
It's just
absorbing.
strange now. I know he's resting players and stuff like this, but Gyökeres could have done 5 minutes.
Yeah,
And also, if you do concede, do you know what you can do? Really good penalties.
yeah.
So it just seemed very... And then Waneri is another one I'm worried about now. Is like, when's he going to get game time?
He just doesn't get given the chance.
He needs more game time. And I genuinely believe there's something in... I want him to understand that maybe Odegaard isn't a... I know he's our captain, so it's tough. Maybe he isn't a guaranteed starter.
Yeah.
And maybe he's deeper than we need him to be. Maybe
Something changed last season. Like
the injury. I think
something
he's
about
getting
Odegaard.
older. He's injured.
Different player.
He's still mentally very good, but
I think you said it last night. He could even be like another Zubamendi.
that's what I'm thinking. Is like maybe we wouldn't rely on him as a 6, but could he be one of a pair? Like when you think of Cazorla next to Coquelin.
Oh,
You know
now
what I
you're
mean?
talking.
Yeah, maybe like that kind of player, like someone. You know, at the minute we have the controlling 6,
Yeah.
who's unbelievable in duels, like kind of undercover really tough
Yeah.
in Zubimendi. But then he has Rice who can go, he's a horse. He can
Athlete,
go,
yeah.
he goes box to box. He's going to clean up anything. And then you have either Odegaard or Eze who are kind of the flash. Maybe we could change some games. We could not have that exact combination.
Yeah.
And you actually have ones where you play Odegaard next to Zubimendi or Odegaard next to Norgard.
And Odegaard pulls the strings between...
Yeah, Norgard literally wins the ball, gives it to Odegaard. And then Eze can be like a legit 10, more central, as opposed to a right 8 or a left 8.
Yeah.
Can be more central. Maybe that's where you go. Because we've seen Eze and Odegaard in the same team. We've all wanted to see it.
Yeah.
Every time it's happened, it's looked pretty poor.
Yeah.
But we haven't also seen it with Zubimendi behind him.
No.
But he's always played Rice in the 6 whenever we've seen Eze and Thingy together and Odegaard together. And also, I think there's got to be a pathway for Waneri. He's too good for us to put him out on loan to Dortmund in January and then he goes to Sunderland next year and we all go, he's really good. Or we do what we do with Smith Rowe where we go, he's really good, but we don't need him. He wasn't as good as you thought. But I think that'd be unfair on Waneri. He's 17, 18. He's 18.
Yeah, there's a lot of time to come, and he is quality. Like when the way it's kind of forgotten now because he doesn't play as much. But the way he plays is so much fun because he doesn't really lose the ball. He'll kind of like when he was out on the right hand side, he would jink in and just kind of dribble his way through and always create that shot with his left foot.
Yeah, he's got that iron rob and he's got that shot down.
Sticks to him as well. The ball sticks.
But there's a part of me that almost like last year when he played right wing a lot.
Yeah.
Kind of like that position for him.
Yeah.
But now we've got a backlog because obviously we want to see Max Dowman out there.
Yeah.
But we've got Madueke and Saka who are already struggling to figure out who gets to play more.
We almost have too many options in certain positions and not enough in others.
Yeah, because for me, I think the future could be in... If you're thinking... Because obviously I talked about it in the week a little bit about moving players on and, FFP and stuff.
Yeah.
Is I think in January / next year, there's going to have to be some big decisions as far as making some money back and not necessarily spending a lot.
Yeah.
And I wonder if there's a knock-on effect to Hincapié being the backup to Calafiori.
Yeah.
And bringing in Mark Gay.
Yeah.
Who we saw chatting to the Arsenal staff last night.
A lot of talking going on, yeah.
He will be potentially a very small fee or free in the summer.
That'd be a good
I wonder if, because obviously I think it's Liverpool really want him and City are now looking at him.
Yeah.
To get him in now because he'll probably be 10, 15, 20 million something now to get him out of his contract. But his contract is up in July.
Yeah.
I wonder if Arsenal can get into him enough to give him, the song and dance to buy into this. Obviously, Eze can talk to him.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of English mates in Saka, and you saw it last night. Madueke, Lewis Skelly, Eze, everyone, Rice. And I wonder if they could get at him and say, "This is where you want to be, but you need to wait."
Yeah.
And I wonder if long term the plan would be, if you think of our back four, you've got Timber and Ben White, you've got Saliba and Mosquera, you've got Gabriel and then Gay.
Yeah.
And then the left back would be Hincapié and your boy Calafiori. And then Lewis Skelly's not a part of that crew. And then Lewis Skelly now becomes a part of the midfield crew.
Yeah.
I genuinely, we talk about Odegaard being the 6. I genuinely think Lewis Skelly could be a world-class 6.
Yeah.
The way he's like an ox. You cannot knock him off the ball.
Strong.
He's unbelievable. And he wins tackles. He's very good like that. He's unbelievable passing range.
He's doing all this without experience.
Yeah,
as well,
I wonder if he could be Zubimendi's understudy.
Yeah, I think so.
Could he not learn from Zubimendi? He's a similar stature.
Yeah.
I think he's got a similar skill set.
Like sometimes that stature makes you a bit nervous in that position, doesn't it? Because you kind of want more of a Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Like big guy, like just kind of standing there.
Zubimendi makes the point of that doesn't need that.
It feels weird to have someone of that stature, but technically...
He wins every header.
Yeah, technically, yeah. Zubimendi, Lewis Skelly can play there.
And I wonder if maybe that is the future. And obviously this is beyond Norgard, and you think of Rice as the left 8, but maybe Odegaard becomes that left understudy maybe as a part of this midfield crew.
Yeah.
And then Waneri gets more time then with Eze as the 10.
Yeah.
And then therefore you do have like Moreno sat there, Norgard could be a third part of that quartet.
Yeah.
But up front then you go, do we want to keep Moreno on for another 3 years? And he is a forward and he's a part of the forward crew.
Yeah.
And then you cash in on Jesus or Havertz.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose Havertz personally. But I wonder if maybe you move on, Moreno's a great squad player.
Yeah.
But there's going to be some big decisions. I wonder if at the minute will you ever get more money for Moreno than this summer?
No idea.
Moreno, Jesus, do you move them on in the summer?
Yeah.
And then you go Havertz and Gyökeres are our forwards. Trossard and Martinelli are left side.
Yeah.
Madueke and Saka there. Max Dowman's there as well. You can play both sides.
Yeah.
And you offload those two, but all you bring in is Mark Gay for free.
Mm.
And then obviously Hencapié for 60 million because we have to pay that.
That's good business.
So therefore, next summer you could look at 60 million as the in for Hencapié.
Yeah.
But the out would be probably 40 million, 50 million now at this point for Moreno, you've got to think.
I think so, yeah. It should be.
Jesus, I don't know if his deal's up, but it's like a year left. But even if you got 15, 20 million, you could be looking at a net zero next summer. And all you've actually done is bring in a left back and a centre back.
Things you need.
But, but again, we've also proved this year that, okay, you get rid of the Moreno thingy. What happens at the start of next year? Gyökeres, Havertz both out. Who plays up front?
You need someone. Someone else has to figure it out. Zubimendi has to go up top.
That's why we don't do it, and we just podcast. Anyway, the game in general was really good. It went to penalties. They got that late goal. This is what I want to talk about, the genius of Kepa.
Yeah.
Or lack of.
Yeah.
He decided he was going to dive to his right every single time.
Yes.
Until someone just goes, I'm going that side.
Yeah, he wanted them to play the odds.
Yeah, and I've heard people say that's so stupid. If you were a Palace player and you saw him doing that, why would you go that side? It's because eventually, penalties are mind games, aren't they?
Yeah.
If I point to my left, you're going this side. You're going this side. Now you've got to make a decision of like, is he telling me to go that side because he's going that side, or is he telling me that side because he's bluffing?
He lulled them in.
Right.
Which weirdly, at the time when I was watching it with Lisa downstairs, and she kept saying, why are these goalkeepers not saving any of them?
Yeah, the other keeper was having a go, but Kepa was just going, I'm going that side.
Yeah, she was saying, why do they keep diving that way? Like, I didn't even notice it until she said it.
Yeah, Kepa was really bad. Like, their goal at least was by going either side.
Yeah.
But no one got close to any.
No.
But eventually, Lacroix came down, Lacroix, and he goes, nah, he's never going it 7 times in a row.
I'm playing the odds. He's a gambler.
Yeah. And he goes, I'll go that side. And Kepa was like, I was going here 20 times in a row if I had to. And then someone said after, like, well, you can't do that next time. Yeah, you can.
He can do what he wants. Yeah.
Because what are they going to do after 3? They're going to go, there's no way he's doing it 2 times
Someone's
in a row.
kicking it that way.
I quite like it. I think it might be the best the best way to deal with a penalty shootout is to just pick a side.
It's like hedging your bets, isn't it, almost? Like, just keep going.
If you do 10 penalties, surely someone eventually is going to go, nah, he's never going there.
If I keep putting it on red, it's got to come red at some point.
Exactly. So either way, he made the save on Lacroix, who had a bad game.
He's in my fantasy team as well.
I'd say he didn't have a bad game, but he scored an own goal and missed a penalty. But we had some lovely penalties in there, like Arsenal players.
That's mad.
Yeah, it was really high standard. Even both teams were really good standard.
One in particular.
Timbers was unreal.
Timber. Just, wow.
Mad.
Popped it right in there.
Yeah. But we're through to the semi-finals. 2-legged affair with Chelsea. A lot of Arsenal fans obviously wanted to go out because they were worried it was going to affect us. I think you've got to try and win everything.
Yeah.
Because if you had said, like last year, we went out of the Caraboa Cup against Newcastle 2-0 and 2-0 in 2 legs. If at the end of the season we come second but we won the Carabao Cup, I would have been a lot happier than coming second with nothing.
Yeah.
So we got to always, you got to hedge your bets and be like, well, if we come out with nothing here, even though we've had a good season, I'd like to just pick up a Carabao Cup.
You want to try and win everything because you've got to win something at some point.
We've hardly won one of them in my lifetime.
Yeah.
It's been really rare.
Yeah.
So I'm all for it. 2-legged tie with Chelsea, first leg at Stamford Bridge, importantly. Second one at the Emirates. Casado misses the first leg.
Yeah.
I think you can't ask for better. I wouldn't have wanted to play City or Newcastle over 2 legs.
No, God, no. That'd be tough. Chelsea could be a shootout.
Chelsea could be a shootout. It could be 1-1. I could see it and then go to the Emirates knowing all you got to do is win.
Yeah.
At home.
Yeah.
And I feel good on that.
I'm happy with that.
Let's see what happens. Anyway, coming up in the league, around the league generally, City are finding that form. Pep's kind of playing mind games, but there is an element to what he's saying is true, which is they're not actually playing crazy well.
No.
But teams are all, like, they're just so good at finishing. They're the opposite of us. We're playing well, but awful at finishing.
Yeah.
They're kind of playing okay, but their finishing's very good.
Yeah, when they need to.
But he's also playing some mind games saying, like, oh, we're awful at the minute. It's like, you're just saying that.
Yeah.
You're not awful. But my issue with it is the way we're going at the minute, and I think, Mourinho wins titles the same way Pep wins titles.
Yeah.
But they do it in different ways.
Yeah.
We're Mourinho. He is Pep.
Yeah.
So it's not going to look the same. People are like, oh, you don't look as fun as City when they go forward. It's like, yeah, but they don't look. They shipped 4 goals at Fulham. We haven't shipped more than 2 goals in a game for 3 years.
No, check the stats. We're pretty steady.
Let's have a look around. Yeah, we're pretty steady. We don't do what they do. We do it differently. But both have good outcomes, proven in Mourinho, but not in us. That's the issue.
Yeah.
But looking at them, they win 3-0 at West Ham. I mean, some of the defending there was really bad from West Ham. And they were really bad against us, to be fair. But there's certain games we're seeing, like for example against Palace last week where they won.
Yeah.
Palace were a better team.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Palace beat them on XG,
Yeah.
but they lose that one badly.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what's worrying is, everyone's talking about how badly we're playing and we're still winning, and they're going, yeah, it's going to find them. Like Liverpool at the start of the season.
Yeah.
I feel like people see us like that. We're like, I can't tell if this is what champions do or whether they're just going to get found out soon.
Yeah.
Whereas City, no one's talking about it, but teams are outplaying them.
Yeah.
They're winning.
Well, like you said with the XG, I think if you check the stats.
Yeah, and again, some people hate XG.
But I mean, stats are kind of important because if you think we're just getting away with it, if you check the stats, we're not. Yeah. It's just the eye test that makes you feel a bit funny.
Yeah, like no, it's because nothing happens. That's the issue. Like,
whereas City is the opposite. They're getting the results, but you check the stats, so that would tell me that they're going to get found out because their stats are kind of like Liverpool's. They were getting away with it, but their stats are telling you they should have lost. They should have conceded more goals. I think that is how you get found out. Arsenal, on paper, shouldn't get found out at this point. Like, I feel confident in the structure of Arsenal that it's not going to falter.
Yeah, like in November, they've been good for a bit here. No one's talked about it. Villa beat them at the end of October.
Yeah.
But Villa beat everyone home.
Yeah.
And then they beat Swansea away. They beat Bournemouth 3-1. They beat Dortmund 4-1.
Yeah.
They beat Liverpool 3-0. Then they had a rocky stage of Newcastle away, they lost 2-1. They lost 2-0 to Leverkusen at home.
Mm.
But then since then, if you actually look at it, 3-2 against Leeds. But Leeds were in that game and could have gone on to win that.
Yeah.
They threw away a 2-0 lead at home. Fulham 5-4 again.
Yeah.
Very
similar to Liverpool how they started.
And then City, they beat Sunderland 3-0. They beat Real Madrid at Real Madrid 2-1. They beat Palace at Palace 3-0. They beat Brentford at home 2-0 in the Cup, and then 3-0 against West Ham. They're quietly...
It's turning a corner.
Dangerously getting good. But when you look at that Palace game, I want to get the stats, if they do have XG or anything like that. 14 shots from Palace to City 7. 6-4 on shots on target to City. Possession was more City. But when you look at those shots, I don't think they do. They don't do XG on Google. I thought they would. Key stats now. Timeline. Let's have a look. Overview. Give me something. Oh, there could be more, eh? No, there's no more.
I mean, looking at those numbers, though, you can kind of see...
You can kind of feel it, can't you?
You can see what the XG was probably going to be.
I'm just going to look up XG. Manchester City, Crystal Palace. The XG was... This is awful. It's awful radio, isn't it?
There's a lot of stats there if you check this one out.
It's mad, because XG, there we go. Overall, that's City's overall per game.
Yeah.
That's really annoying. Anyway, I can't find it, but I remember seeing it, and Palace were above them. It was like 2-1 Palace, but they lost 3-0.
Yeah.
And you just think, XG can lie. It's a bit of a silly stat, but it's
the score is the only stat that really matters. Yeah.
But sometimes you just think, like we did feel about Liverpool at the start of the season, like, nah, something's going to happen there.
Yeah.
And I can't tell, but one of us will see either are playing like champions, or one of us is about to be found out, and I don't know which team it is. You'd think right now it's us. They're about to get found out.
I mean, like I said, I think with the stats on paper, I think we shouldn't get found out. It may feel a bit funny when you watch it live. Yeah. But I think stat-wise, it's fine. Like, it's a professional job we're doing.
Yeah, I think we think of that Wolves game, and I think we're kind of making everything sound like the Wolves game. But
yeah, I think City are just exciting. They score some goals, but the stats on paper tell you that
something's coming.
It could go either way.
Yeah, their fixtures coming up are interesting as well because it's just like, for example, Man United, their XG is unbelievable, but they lose a lot of games.
Yeah.
So it can be a bit of a road to nowhere. But City's next games are unnerving because when we play Brighton, they'll be playing against Forest away.
Yeah.
They got Sunderland away without the AFCON players.
Yeah.
They got Chelsea, Brighton, Man United, Wolves at home.
Yeah.
Tottenham away, Newcastle home, Liverpool. That's the run.
They're
notoriously bad against Tottenham. No matter how bad Tottenham are, in start of Feb, Tottenham, Liverpool, Fulham, Newcastle, Leeds.
Nice. So I hope in February's a downtime for them.
But we play them right at the end of the season, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Their last game of the season is against Villa.
Oh. Tricky.
I actually don't know who our last game is. I can't remember. But when you look at them, I think you have to look at who we've played and who we haven't played.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. Like, we've played a lot of our tough games early.
Yeah.
We're away at Palace last day of the season.
We got a lot out of the way. Away at Palace.
Away at Palace last day of the season is horrific.
Yeah.
But look at that last run there. Fulham at home, West Ham away, Burnley at home, Palace away.
You'd like to think we're either going
leave
hard for the end or we've already clinched
Yeah,
it.
we don't even leave London for the last month.
No.
Pretty much. It's gonna be so interesting. So, if you want a deep dive, we're gonna go deep dive on the Brighton game on Saturday, and obviously we'll do one for the Tuesday game against Villa, which is gonna be a massive one. So on Patreon there'll be a preview for both of them. There'll be a review on the Brighton one as well. So probably between now, because of the Christmas period, it's a little bit slower. Slower for us, not the football.
Yeah.
You'll get the main feed today, and on the Patreon it'll be ad free. And then on Friday you'll probably get, it'll be Thursday or Friday, you'll get the preview pod for Brighton on the Saturday. And then probably on Monday you're going to get a review of Brighton and a preview of Villa.
Yeah.
And then next Wednesday, here on the main feed, iTunes and Spotify, you'll get
Heck yeah.
the usual podcast where we'll be talking about all the things that have happened in the last 7 days, including our Christmas.
Last one of 2025 as well.
And we'll be gearing up to play, I think, Bournemouth away.
Yeah.
So, loads to come. Let's hope we can be top by the start of the year.
Heck yeah.
That'd be nice. But the next 2 games are very important. And we're halfway through this 6 games that we said we had to win in a row. Can't ask for better than 2 home games against 2 tough sides.
Yeah.
But let's take it away. Anyway, we'll be back next week. Hope you have a great Christmas.
Have
and
fun.
We'll see you then.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Bye.